Hello, and welcome to The Porch with Alicia Barlow. Hi, I'm Alicia Barlow, author of The Porch, a place for enjoyment, conversation with people, reflection, and encouragement. Hello, everybody. This is Alicia, author of The Porch, and this is The Porch. I am here today with Mr. Brandon Denton, and I'm excited to talk to him. He is a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity.
I'll talk about that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. And part of the Alpha Community Foundation, I'll let him kind of talk about this foundation. They're doing some things. They're doing some things here in Oklahoma. And so I wanted to asked him to join me on the porch to kind of talk about what's going on. They have this building that they've purchased and, got a lot of things going on there. So kind of tell me about yourself a little bit and let's kind of go on.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on the show and for giving us this opportunity to talk about what we do. Yes. I'll tell you a little bit about me, but it's not about me. It's definitely about the community and the people that the Alpha Community Foundation serves, and that definitely aligns with who I am as a person for sure. But yeah, like you said, my name is Brandon Denton. I get to reintroduce myself to the city. I always tell people I'm just a little country boy from Spencer, Oklahoma, 73084. Proud Spencerite, Spencerian, whatever you want to call us. Graduated Star Spencer High School 2005. So I'm just 20 years out of high school, but I spent the last 15 years of my life in Houston, Texas, and I've returned to Oklahoma City probably the last 100 plus days, if I had to say. So it hasn't been very long. For various reasons, family, and this opportunity to lead this wonderful foundation called the Alpha Community Foundation. Just to tell you a little bit about our mission and vision, we were created by the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, which I'm not a member of. But I always get that, which is great. I love those guys. In terms of the Divine Nine, I believe those alphas are definitely leading the way, hence the Garden Oaks Community Center I'll talk a little bit about, and the vision that has become the Alpha Community Foundation of Oklahoma. Our focus is basically through leadership and providing leadership to communities and programs and services that are focused on health and wellness, civic engagement, community service, and educational outreach. So workforce development, youth development focus. We've been around since 2021. However, we just purchased this building, I think it's 2022, which was formerly the Garden Oaks Elementary School.
Now, let me ask this. I'm sorry. You said you've been around since 2021. So is this just a local foundation or is this a national foundation?
Yes, ma'am. So I'll back up. So the Alpha Fraternity, we're looking for a place to live, I guess you would call it, in terms of where they would plant and do their program services as a fraternity. If you know anything about Divine Nine, they stand for service to the community, serving all of mankind. That's why I'm not Alpha. I don't know all of the values per se, but I definitely align with those. And the Alpha Community Foundation was created as a nonprofit arm to be able to take that service a step further and expand that service. And so their headquarters that the fraternity chose through the foundation was at Garden Oaks Elementary School. So it was formerly elementary school, founded in 1954, which was operable to about 2001, 2002, when it was OKCPS school. And so after that school status went away, another organization named Community Action stepped in and took on the facility as a community center for about 10 years, I believe, to 2012. And so the building itself sat dormant for about 8-9 years, right, till 2021. And so former superintendent Sean McDaniel and the fraternity had a great relationship. We told him about the vision for Alpha Community Foundation, again, looking for a home. And there was a portfolio of schools that OKCPS had that weren't used or weren't being utilized for the community. And Garden Oaks was on that portfolio. This is a school that sits on 10 acres of land, and it is 25,000 square feet in size. which is pretty big. And we were able to purchase that school for $15,000.
Wow.
And that land.
Wow.
And so, that's a huge undertaking, but a blessing in itself. I call it a steal instead of a deal.
Oh, my God. That is a blessing.
And so that's our HQ, and it sits in the heart of northeast side of Oklahoma City, off 16th and Bryan, on 16th and Coltrane. The zip code is 73117.
All right. I know I was there just yesterday, the other day, and look, and this really looks nice. You know, those floors. I'm like, wow, who did the floors? I'm going to have to talk to somebody because I like those floors.
I'll get you his card.
Okay.
He definitely does. It's, and the business, I don't have the name off top, but they are basically a garage floor company. So the floors that you saw, they're dipped in black and gold. And
I saw that.
I'm sure you probably can guess why that is, but that definitely is homage to the Alpha fraternity.
I have people that might want different colors.
Yeah,
but.
no doubt. We have a vision. We actually are working on phase 2 of that building. And then the backside of it, there would be 4,000 square feet of conference or event space. And so that floor may not be all dipped in black and gold because you can imagine a young lady came through, just a side note real quick. She said, I saw those white and black beautiful floors and black and gold floors. But if I was to have a wedding in this venue, I probably wouldn't want that in my wedding pictures
so
because of my
more
colors.
Neutral.
Yeah, no doubt. And so as we look forward, we can give that note to the vendor for sure. But I'll definitely pass the card.
All right.
We definitely get compliments when people walk through that door. It's not a typical community center by the looks of it and the aesthetics that the foundation has created in that. When you walk into most community centers, as you may have, you want to have a feel that you belong there, and that's the essence of the vibration that goes into that building. But we want to have a dignified experience, right? We wanted you to feel like you're walking into a corporate office and not just a community center. It is also a venue.
Looks really nice. It looks really nice. It does.
Yeah, definitely.
So, are there events that are going on there? I know that I was there yesterday, and there was something going on there. I saw lots of youth and
yes, ma'am. There's a lot of things that have been happening, at least over the last couple of years for the fraternity. Off and on, there's been STEM camps. We partner with the likes of Oklahoma State University to provide STEM education over the summer for all grades in the various, over 3 camps. We won't be able to do that as much because the Department of Labor is taking some funding away, so we'll only be able to do it 1 STEM camp. But we have so many other partners that we partnered with over the last several weeks to provide more summer camps. But since we started, one of the diamonds, I call it, that we have initiated is a senior social club. One thing we wanted to do when we came into the community is make sure that we connected with the gatekeepers and the leaders of the communities. And so our Garden Neighborhood Council has been a great partner and a collaborator in terms of getting individuals out of their homes and into the center during the day. So we created what's called Senior Social Club. And it's for seniors. I started at the age of 55, but we have grown that program on every Tuesday from 12 to 3 p.m. Senior citizens from the community are able to come to the center, and we just hang out. We feed them meals on Tuesdays. I was going to ask,
is there lunch or anything like that?
Yes, ma'am. We give them a meal, and we play cards, dominoes. We do arts and crafts. We've had different partners like Lynn Institute come out and speak to them about their health. And we did various programs, assessing seniors' health to try to improve that over the course of several weeks as well. And that turned out well. I mean, we have about 30, I call them young ladies and young men that have come through the center, and they brought a different vibration and spirit to that place.
All right. I'm writing some notes for myself. You said that's on every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday.
From 12:30 to?
3 p.m.
12:30 to 3.
At the community center.
Okay.
And that's for Senior Social Club.
Senior Social Club, like that. Okay, 55 and above.
Yes, ma'am. Data shows, and I don't have those particular numbers, but seniors are suffering from, social isolation, right? Staying in their homes, not having children, grandchildren, or next of kin checking in on them. And so we started there like, let's just be social. Let's just hang out. Yeah. And then we can put in more of the formalities and programmatic pieces later. And then eventually to run from Monday through Thursday or Friday at least. And from the mornings until the afternoon.
I love it.
The more sponsors we get, the more support we get, the bigger the program can grow.
I'm glad to hear about that. I'm an occupational therapist, and so I do home health, and there are many times that I've looking for, as I discharge patients, want them to be social, want them to get out. The purpose of home health is not to keep you at home, it's to help get you where you're able to, get out and do some things. And some people, they're looking for places to go. And I never knew.
Yeah.
Never.
And it's been amazing. Again,
I
I mentioned earlier, I'm just now returning home, and my family has come through. I have aunts and family friends of my grandmother that were here prior to me, being raised here, that come through there. And so to have things come full circle for me personally, where there's something that my family and friends and people that I know can actually benefit from, has brought light to me. And those seniors smiling in that building has brought light into that center, and I hope that permeates throughout the community for sure. So I hope that is giving them new life, because they're giving it to us at the center as well, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. So what other programs? Like I said, I saw some children there yesterday.
Yeah, so there's events. We partner and expanding our partnerships with the likes. What you saw last night was Top Ladies of Distinction.
Okay.
They have auxiliary named Top Teens of America.
Top Teens, okay.
And so Top Teens of Oklahoma, those that are graduating from high school this previous May semester, were being celebrated last night. And so that was an example of what we use our auditorium and multi-purpose room and classrooms for in the community. We are able to rent out that space. So the community is able to rent out that space for that. But in partnership, I work with nonprofits. So now we can work with Top Teens as well outside of the venue and celebration to be able to offer the resources and opportunities that come to the foundation through that center. So as a partner named CompuDot, which will provide a computer basics or a digital literacy program in the summer. And then the students and the young people that complete that course, they actually go home with that computer. So that's happening. I'm looking to create a partnership that with RWE, it's a renewable wind energy company, where we can teach young teenagers and young middle schoolers about solar energy and building wind turbines. And so we're just trying to be innovative in our offerings and our partnerships, to be able to bring that to a community like 73117 and work with the pipeline of schools like Oklahoma City Public Schools for those children that have those needs. Douglas High School, FD Moon Academy. What we're planning to launch in August is a partnership with a nonprofit named Whiz Kids. And you probably have had them on the show, I've heard of them. But they provide a spiritual-based tutoring program for elementary students, 1 through 5, first grade through 5th grade. Statistics show, and I've met with superintendents and principals and teachers at all levels, secondary, primary, and saying that students can't read or young people can't read at grade level. It's heartbreaking to hear because you can't read a recipe. You can build a plane if you know how to read, right? It may take you a long time, but students at our center are building drones. And so, because they know how to read first and they can read and comprehend well. And so we want to be able to do our part in building literacy in that zip code. So in the fall, Whiz Kids and Alpha Community Foundation will partner, and we'll work with Martin Luther King Elementary to provide one-to-one tutoring and mentorship to about 20 students. And so I'm recruiting volunteers and tutors.
Go right ahead, yes.
If you want to be a volunteer, you can email me at brandon@alphafoundationok.org. Shameless plug. Because we want to make
Not
sure.
shameless.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to throw that out there because that is a pillar of ours in terms of educational outreach. Right. And so you've heard, for me, I'm about the bookends. I'm about young people personally. Yes. That aligns with the foundation for sure. But in terms of the philosophy of my owner, there are young people, children 0 to 18, 19 years old that haven't quite had those experiences where they know how or know what yet, right? And then you have there are a sector of individuals that are disabled or have disabilities. They don't have the ability or don't know how. And then there's the last bookend of elders or seniors that have been through it, have the experience, but can no longer, right? Physically or mentally or whatever that may be. Those are the people I have a love and a heart for. Yeah. And there's just people called adults that sit in between that are great by nature, but if you can do it, let me help you just get to that point. But there are some people that are coming along, and there are some people on their way that are seasoned on the back end that need our assistance, and we make sure that through the foundation we take care of them especially.
Great. So other than, you gave the information about volunteering for Whiz Kids, but if someone has an organization or has something going on that they want to utilize the community center for, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, the easiest way to get in touch with us on Always, and every platform in Always is to our website, www.alphafoundationok.org. And you'll find my contact information or the contact information of our foundation, email address and everything there. We'll start posting more of our events there. And then if you're wanting to rent the space, there's an events tab on there on our website where people can decide what areas they want to book and rent.
So kind of talk about some of the spaces that are available at this time. I know that there's some construction going on for, part of it, so that's not available. But at this time, and then maybe in the future, when the construction is completed, what will be available?
Yeah, so currently phase 1 is complete, which we call the west north wing of the building. It is made up of what was originally 6 classrooms. 2 of those classrooms we've turned into what we call a multi-purpose room. Okay. So we've had everything from wrestling, dancing, stepping, you name it, galas, banquets, appreciation, dinners, whatever, in that room, multi-purpose room. But we also have 4 additional classrooms. One is a STEM room, hard floors, OSU. We do a lot of chemical-based things out of that room. Computer tech, IT, that room would be used for that. And then there's 3 other classrooms that we use, carpeted areas that are used for workshop facilitation. A lot of our partners that need space can come into those rooms. Nonprofits, I allow them to have a lot of their meetings, quarterly meetings, monthly meetings there, and let them do their business there. So that's available, and we have a boardroom or conference room that others can rent out. Last but not least, what's available is our auditorium, which was, if you can imagine, a school built in 1954, still has that old stage, it used to do plays on. We have that, and then the kitchen. We have a brand new commercial kitchen that we allow caterers and organizations who rent that space to be able to utilize. Stainless steel, everything, you name it. I don't know who the chefs are in Oklahoma, but they came to see it. Would definitely recommend anybody able to use it.
So, I'm thinking, I know that a lot of times I'm going to various, birthday parties or birthday gatherings at various places, in the city or Midwest City. But this is a place a new place where, birthday parties or just family gatherings that can occur. Is it available Sunday through Saturday, or, what's the limitations of availability?
Well, back up. So we're building this organization. We are small. I am the event planner. I am the executive director, human resources.
How many hats are you wearing?
I wear them all. And so we are limited. The hours I'm always at the center as much as possible when I'm not doing a podcast or doing those types of things, raising money or doing events. Typically, someone is there from 9 to 5 for our basic programming and services and for information. The building is available to rent during those times and beyond. Like the event last night didn't end to 9 p.m. And we typically allow that Monday through Saturday at this time. Eventually, we will have it where we can go all days of the week. But to give our staff and our volunteers a break at the moment, we kind of spread that out. And so through that, when a person puts in their rental form, I'll contact them and talk about the availability. If that space is available, we'll find alternate dates, and we'll work with the community to get that done. But beyond the event center, and beyond just programs and services, I like to tell people that Garden Oaks Community Center is a hub of empowerment. It is a beacon for that community. Traditionally, historically, it was a food desert. There's no food there. Or places are healthy places to eat or shop from, unless you go to the market on 23rd, the East Side Market, which is great and fantastic. It has a history of crime. There has been people have been murdered, and crime has been, violence has been high. But now, especially, is a good time for that center to provide that light in times where there's maybe a little chaos going on. But a time where there's also opportunity booming in Oklahoma City. The Oklahoma City Thunder just won the Western Conference championship last night. That is huge for the city. The Olympics are coming to this city. That is huge. We have a new resort, River Sport, and all those things are happening that are building up the light of the city. And this community center couldn't come along at a better time to be able to empower that community
Mm-hmm.
of individuals in collaboration.
The key word, community.
Community.
Just creating and
community.
enhancing community.
Yeah. And that's where they can come, and knowing that that can be a safe place for them. One thing I want to mention, definitely before we leave, is we have partnered with OG&E and Oklahoma City Beautiful to begin the implanting a raised bed garden in a couple of weeks. And so more information about that will come out. But we're going to start with a few raised bed gardens. Okay. And the seniors in our program are going to be responsible
that's gonna be nice.
for taking care of that garden. I've had the opportunity to talk with Mr. Petty, CEO of Lynn Institute, because we have a great partnership with them. They are doing assessments and programming at the center as well. I had the chance to visit their garden in the old Chesapeake building. Forgive me for, I don't remember the name. I just got back to Oklahoma. But I was told that they produce 40,000 pounds of food and provided to homes and seniors and things like that. And so the layout of our 10 acres to this point, or at least what we envisioned, was having sports fields, having a community garden, having basketball courts, having concourses and play areas for the community to come to. But as I've been learning more about what that community needs, and as they keep coming and tell us what they would love to have, the start of this garden and this partnership is something that can literally feed this community. Yeah. We don't have to have 40,000 pounds of food. Yeah. Or if I can produce 4,000 pounds of food for 1,100 households.
That's wonderful.
That's what Alpha Community Foundation and that Garden Oaks Community Center can become, or is becoming, with the help of God, right? What if we could put an acre of food over there and create strawberries? And you can't have Garden Oaks Community Center, Garden Oaks neighborhood without a garden. A community garden. Without a garden. And so, the vision continues to grow. But the blessings that the center and that community continues to receive, and we continue to receive as a foundation, are expanding, and the favor's going. I mean, those floors you talked about were donated to us.
Oh, my gosh.
That's $80,000 worth of opportunity. The roof, $160,000 worth of work was donated to us. Those doors, those tables, those chairs, when you walk into that place, a lot of what you see was in kind. So people believe in that vision. Right. And I'm just a person now that'll be the quarterback and ignorant maestro to kind of lead people along the way. So I'm glad the Alpha fraternity especially has passed me the baton and locking arms with the community to get it done.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. Love it, love it, love it. Wow. Y'all, this is, like I said, they are doing some things over there in the northeast sector of Oklahoma City. If you're in the area, stop by.
Please
say hello.
By. The address is 3401 Northeast 16th Street. We sit between Coltrane and Bryant on 16th. We sit at the top of the hill. So as soon as you come around this bend in creek, you'll see us, and I'm typically there. Or you could find a few of our board members stop by. Dr. Randy Hunt, who is a retired professor and NASA engineer and scientist, is one of our board members. That's why I'll say that if you allow me, the fraternity and the board members are a great working board, and they are very hands-on. The blood, sweat, and tears that's gone into every brick that has been laid, every paint that has been, every piece of furniture moved has been done by those guys, hands back. And willpower. And Dr. Randy Hunt, who I mentioned, is, I call him the OG, or a legend around there. Not only did he put his own treasure into it, you can walk in there and find him cleaning those restrooms or sweeping those floors or even cutting the grass. And so if those guys are invested, if that fraternity is invested and built this, and I can come along and I'm going to be vested and go step it away, and we want the community to be right there with us.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for listening and joining me on the porch. Remember to take time to reflect, share memories, and engage with others on your porch. And I'll meet you here next time on The Porch, your podcast for community conversations. Brought to you by the Possibilities Podcast platform.